I think Bill sums it up quite nicely, so I'm going to let him have the screen and roll a doob while you enjoy him breaking it down.
Oh yeah, that shit was comedy. Like, pure primetime television comedy. And apparently, I was unaware of this up until about an hour ago, there is a part 2. And in this part 2, it bridges that gap between funny and sad. But ultimately, it comes out to be funny because fuck the older millennial. You see, in this part 2, he is sitting in the back of a cop car trying to call somebody, and nobody will answer the phone. And that, to me, is hysterical. Because, like, I know 3 people off the top of my head I could call on the phone, and if they see me calling on the phone, they will pick up because they know something is fucked up. But the older millennial doesn't have that, and that's a really sad state for his life. Now, the thing that makes it kind of sad is that this is unconfirmed as far as I'm concerned, but I have heard that the reason he was trying to call somebody is because there was a dog in the short-term vacation rental he was staying at, and he was trying to get somebody to come pick up the dog. So ultimately what happened is the dog was left there alone for 2 days and absolutely destroyed that place. Now, I feel bad for the dog. That's the part that makes it sad, because no dog should feel abandoned like that, because ultimately no dog is a bad dog. However, what I have also heard in that same vein is that because that dog destroyed the shit out of that vacation rental, the owner is now suing Joe Redden personally for damages, which brings it right back to funny. And I know that there are people all over the internet who are like, oh, it's so fucked up that people on the left are celebrating the downfall of this man's life. No, it's not, because at his core, Joe Redden is a terrible fucking person. And whereas I don't wish physical harm or death upon the man, I do wish that his life is as inconvenient and uncomfortable as humanly possible, because he is a shitbag who refuses to take accountability for anything that he does. And since I know the meat riders are all over the internet and jumping on every one of these fucking videos, let me tell you guys, he's lying to you, because no probation officer is going to violate you off of one missed appointment. That has to be a repeated pattern of ignoring attempted communications and people who you have listed as potential contacts in the event something happens with the probation office, telling them they don't know how to get a hold of you. So, like, at their core, every person who is employed in America is only out for their own ass, right? At the end of the day, you make sure that your job is secure before you do anything else. And specifically with probation officers, their metrics are based off of the number of people that they have successfully completing probation. So it is against their best interest, against their own self-interest, to violate you over something as minor as missing one appointment. However, if you repeatedly miss appointments and repeatedly don't communicate with your probation officer, then they are left with no choice but to file a violation. So when he jumps out and says, oh, it was because I missed one appointment, he's fucking lying to you. Unless he has, like, the most star-spangled Captain America wannabe awesome probation officer to have ever fucking existed, who does not care about his own job security and is perfectly comfortable violating somebody over one minor infraction, he is lying.
Yeah, everything he said there is accurate. Joe Redden is a terrible human being at his core. Probation officers typically don't violate you over one missed appointment. It has to be a pattern of shit. If the story about the dog is true, and Joe did mention that whoever called the police on him tried to get him thrown in jail and tried to get his dog put in a pound, but I don't think the dog was really coming into anybody's mind when they were letting the police know where Joe was. So there was a dog involved. So if that story is true, yes, I feel terrible for the fact that the dog got left there for 2 days alone. That's horrendous. But if that dog then did something to that rental that causes the older millennial to get sued as a result of it, then yeah, fucking hilarious. Great. Seriously. Tom, that's not hilarious for the owner of the... No, it's not hilarious for the owner of the Airbnb. It is only hilarious from a standpoint of Joe being in further trouble. But not to worry. He scammed his followers, allegedly, out of $3 million. So unless he drank all of that money already, he should have the funds.